The format: gather 15 top-tier drivers from 7 different series. Put each behind the wheel of their own equally prepared Cadillac touring sedan. Have them battle each over a 5-race schedule that visits a super speedway, a 1.5-mile oval, a short track, and a pair of road courses, one in America and one in Europe. The goal? Crown a champion amongst champions. YesterYear Racing, where past meets present, gives the world a very special event. It's year 2 of the YesterYear IROC Championship. For round 2, to test drivers on a short track, the series has arrived here at Iowa Speedway and streaming cyberspace into your place so you can witness all the green flag to checker flag action live as it happens. Is the best bang for your buck sim race streaming company in the business, the Virtual Grip Network. Hello everyone, on this Tuesday, May 12th, 2026, Josh Granny Hips Buckley joins yours truly, Bill Soupson, live in the VGN press box to bring you our Words Eye View. In the production van, it is always Ryan Seneca. All right, partner. You know, VGN specializes in covering short track racing with 3 or 4 of those streams per week, but you'll never see the Cadillac Touring Sedan go battling on one of these short tracks unless you're watching the IROC series. Would you have any clue about what it's going to be like out there in this car?
It's going to be a little difficult running some laps here myself earlier. It's a little hard to see out of the left front of this car with all the constant left turns tonight at this just under a mile track. The setup's kind of tight. It's going to be a lot of focus on trying to preserve your tires because you can burn that right front up, and if you burn that thing up, it's not going to turn and make it even worse. And the other thing is any slight contact with these cars can affect the way it handles, so you're going to have to watch out for that as well tonight.
We're going 150 laps. They are allowing them, unlike a regular IROC series, they are allowing them to come in and make a tire change. They have 1 extra set of tires in pit lane if they need it, and we think that may happen if the caution comes at an opportune time. Big boy racing, you break it, you bought it, no fast repairs. And the grid is based on last round's results. Why don't we bring up the points? And basically all it really is showing you is the results from the previous round. There you see the defending champion, J.R. Shepard, sitting on top with Chris Hammett and Josh Robinson, both tied for second due to bonus points. Now, Danger Josh Robinson not here tonight. You see some of the guys down below, Andrew Hess. Also, Teapot, Eric Stout is missing as well. We'll get this thing underway. Glad you are with us. This is round 2 of 5. This one fulfills the short track obligation. Beautiful night here in Iowa to go racing. Drivers are out there tonight. I can tell you that we have a couple substitute drivers. Let me go over that real quick with you. Each driver, if they cannot make it, they get to have 1 replacement. So if we can put the camera, hopefully he's out there, can we look at the Rebel Grade number 11? Would belong to Sean Foltz. And it does say Foltz on the side of it, but tonight, subbing for him is Torrance Childs from the OBRL. And then one more substitution. It is the number 3 lemon pie yellow car of Danger Josh Robinson. We talked about it. See, it says Robinson on the roll. That's not Danger Josh. It's the General, Dwayne MacArthur. Subbing for him in the OBRL. Each driver gets to do that once to make it a little fair. I'll just put this out there, Josh. You can pass the word around to all you guys in the Red Light Racing League. If they need a sub, I'll step out of the booth and I'll go ahead and sub for them if they're really desperate.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to keep that for next time.
Okay.
He maybe could have replaced Eric out there tonight.
Dad, how are s'mores made?
It's time for the talk. Well, you know, one day you're going to meet someone that you care about very much, and they're going to tell you not to light your marshmallow on fire. They're wrong. Nothing makes a s'more like Hershey's chocolate.
The Tempur-Pedic Breeze makes sleep feel cool. So no more sweating all night or blasting the air conditioning, because the Tempur-Breeze feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long. Find cooler sleep with the Tempur-Breeze collection at an Ashley near you.
I get a share of the championship prize, which I believe, if I have it right, it's a good prize. I believe JR was awarded a bottle of bourbon, if I remember right. All right, they're beginning to grid up right now. Since we're in Iowa, I believe we only get one parade lap here, well, actually one pace lap before we go green. So with that said, let's give you the grid, and remember they're inverting the results from the opening round. On the front row, it's Andrew Koska with the Whirlwind, Chris Worrell outside of him.
Starting in third is going to be Scott Negus, and in fourth is David Shriek.
In the Darth Vader Black Machine, the number 7 is Jerry Isaacs. In the Welch's Grape Car, it's Greg McDaniels.
Starting 7th is going to be Matt Watkins, and to his outside, starting in 8th, is James Lowe.
See, I've done my homework. I know these colors even without looking at them. In the number 8, Kiwi Green Car of Roger Hurley, he'll be starting in 9th. Flanking him in the Tangerine Machine, it's Andrew Hess.
Starting 11th is going to be Chris Hammett, and to his outside, a guy we'll probably be watching tonight a lot, is J.R. Shepard.
Subbing for Foltz, it's Torrance Childs in the number 13 in the 11 car. Starting 14th, Dwayne MacArthur, subbing for Josh Robinson.
And 15th and final spot tonight is going to be Chris Davis.
Davis out there in the UPS Brown car. Go ahead and play the VGN consumption game every time Soup gets the color wrong. Go ahead and take a swig. Guess what? We get 2 laps here tonight. Why don't you take a sip for that one, as I've made my first mistake. Although I did research and I was told by AI that we go only 1 lap, but they lied to me.
Trying to keep you on your toes.
They are indeed. The favorite is the defending champ, J.R. Shepard. We don't get to see J.R. race as much as we usually do. It's been taking a little time. We do get to have him in the booth here with us.
Yeah, this is a strong group of talented drivers, so it's going to be fun to watch. You got different guys like Koska and Negus showed some speed. Hammett was showing some speed in practice, so want to see how they get through the field there.
Small field of talented drivers means this thing could go green the whole way. If that is the case, you want to make sure you have some tire left to race with at the very end. The pace car is in. We wait. Gather up the chickens, take cover on the cows, because the horses are out of the barn. It's Koska on the inside, the Whirlwind Chris Worrell on the outside. Looks like the inside line's going to prevail. Negus in the Royal Blue Machine tucks into third. Darth Vader black car of Chris Isaacs in fourth, with the sky blue car of Shriven. He's going to lose that spot going underneath him. That's Matt Watkins in the maroon number car. And we got a pass for the lead. Worrell gets the best of Kotka. Didn't take long.
Yeah, from judging by practice and the laps I put on, everyone's going to be wanting to get to the bottom, especially on the restarts, everything like that. The bottom just seems to be what prevails early. That might change once the tires have a little wear into them later, but as of right now, the speed is really on the bottom.
Not a whole lot of big movers, up 2 spots in the maroon 4 car. Honestly, if you're going to have a maroon car, you got to put them in the number 5. Is Matt Watkins.
For the most part, it looks like everyone's kind of single filing out, getting an idea of how their car's going to handle, and just prepare for 150 laps tonight. So pretty quiet so far.
James Lowe was able to get around McDaniel, so move Lowe up to 6th spot. Isaac and Watkins in a battle. Watkins is on the move. He picks up yet another position. Yes, he certainly looks good early, but does he look too good early is the question.
Is hot sleep keeping you awake? At Mattress Firm, our sleep experts can match you with a perfect cooling mattress, like the Tempur-Breeze, which feels up to 10 degrees cooler. And right now, you can save up to $500. Mattress Firm, we make sleep easy.
Beautiful shot as they come at you.
Yeah, you see these guys trying 3 different lanes, 3 different entries into the corners, just trying to see what will stick. And you see as the car's drifting up just a little bit, it's going to get tighter and tighter as the run goes. So
the lemon pie machine of, well, it's not Josh Robinson out there. Yeah, I was looking at the car there. Is indeed the general. McDaniels picks up a spot.
he did it on the outside too, which was kind of impressive right there. So if there's one thing I've learned about James Lowe is he does not like to use this stuff up early, so he might be just trying to save it for now.
Nice little battle farther in the back with Hess and Childs. Childs is going to get the best of that, move him up into 13th position. But plenty of time for Hess to make that up, and then here's McDaniels working underneath Isaacs in the black car.
Yeah, Isaacs is trying to really hold him off in the corner, but it's just so much faster going around the bottom. He's just not able to hold it.
And now the field is single file. Josh, is that inside line going to work all night?
As these tires fade, they might try to start looking around using more of that banking higher up, maybe a lane and a half or so. But I'm not sure if that's going to be beneficial in the long run. But what you'll probably see them do, and some of them are doing, is kind of like late arc into the corner to try to have a straighter exit, so that way they're not scrubbing too much speed with how tight the cars are getting.
So you talked about it a little earlier, I'm assuming with the tight setup, it's all about the right front, right?
Yep, that's the one thing you're going to be wanting to take care of, especially where you only have one extra set of tires. You want to make sure that you strategize that, you know, as well as you can. I'm personally a guy that I like to wait and use my tires or get my fresh tires later in a run, especially around like laps 80 to 100 at a race like this.
We were looking at a lot of passes early on. We're on lap 14. The dynamic of the race seems completely different from what we saw the first 10 laps, as guys are now just having a harder time. Well, they're all single file. I guess that's because they're having a harder time getting it done, huh?
Oh, it's what it looks like. I'm looking at a couple of these cars, and it just looks like they can't even get to the bottom of some of these corners. They just miss it. I'm not sure if that's on purpose or if they literally it's just that tight and they can't get it to the bottom.
Does it abuse the tires more to get the car down there, or could the high line save the stuff a little better?
It's going to be how much wheel you're really putting in. The more wheel you put in, the more it's going to burn up the tire. And the more you burn it up, the tighter it's going to get. And the last thing you want to do is get too tight and hit that outside wall.
Hurley. Roger Hurley gets a pass. Done, and Lowe is fading as he's losing. I'm not sure what's up with Lowe, but he loses the spot to Shepard, loses the spot to Hammett. Maybe he didn't like the feel of the car early on, but sacrifices a few positions, well, more than a few. Kotska working the top now. Negus underneath. Gotta get there.
Yeah, Kotska's doing a good job at just keeping the amount of speed on that outer lane up there. So it just helps him get around in that corner there.
Watkins has been maybe working harder than most of the guys out there. He's racing back there in 4th position. As I say that, here comes a challenge from McDaniels. Easy, speezy, lemon squeezy.
Yeah, he might have been given a gift there. He just saw him, you know, show his nose and just go take the spot.
I guess that was more of a grape squeezy for McDaniels. Oh, all right. So little by little, J.R. Shepard is coming through the field. He won the opening round, the road course at Daytona. Kotska doing his best. Negus is trying to go to the inside. Negus in the blue machine, Kotska up there in the red car.
Yeah, I noticed the difference between Kotska and Negus is really what I was talking about with the driving lines. You see how that last lap, Kotska was kind of arcing it down late, and as they almost touched there. That's just a product of that line where he's just trying to get a straighter exit. It opens the door a little bit for that car behind that thinks they can put their nose there, as you saw he tried, but then can cause problems later on.
Innovative, versatile, unexpected. The 2025 Ford Maverick truck. Out back, the FlexBed storage system helps you manage, order, and secure up to an available 1,400 pounds of payload. Get even more out of the FlexBed storage system with the available bed extender. Tow what you need. The 2025 hybrid all-wheel drive Maverick now gets a maximum available towing capacity of 4,000 pounds. Get it, haul it, make it. With Maverick.
Hi, we're All Modern. We sell all styles of modern furniture and decor. Then we deliver it all ASAP for free. It's all hand vetted for quality, so you know it could withstand it all. All modern. Modern made simple.
Greg McDaniels wanted a twofer as he got Negus and wanted Kotska. Almost ran into the back of Kotska. They get it sorted out now, trying to do a little bit of a hokey doke and up and under. A hucklebuck is Negus. Does not work.
Yeah, what it looks like drivers are doing right now is just as one guy loses momentum, sliding up a little too much or having to lift coming out of the corner to not hit the wall, and just people are taking that momentum they have and trying to make a pass. Let's see McDaniel taking a look under Kotska here.
And here he goes. This is all fun while it lasts for McDaniels. But let's talk to me in another, let's say 100 laps from now.
Yeah, he's definitely been making some moves, and it's probably going to be wearing those tires up. So he might be looking good now, but as you're saying, in a few laps, he might start going the other way.
Of course, it's all for naught. All this tire-saving nonsense is pointless if we get a nice caution flag around, 80 laps in. All right, well, Chris Davis was late. Didn't get in a lot of practice time. And he's about to be lapped. In fact, he has been lapped. So now we're looking at the battle. This is the battle for second with Kotska. And they get slowed down, and that allows Negus to, all right, I'll try to duck down under here.
Yeah, that could cause a pile up to get everybody kind of congested here and try to really start fighting, but looks like they're managing to get around him perfectly fine.
Don't count Mr. Aggressive out. Chris Davis still has plenty of time to figure out the track, figure out the car.
See J.R. Shepard making some moves here. He's trying to look under Isaac's, but it looks like.
Shepard in the mellow Tangelo machine. He gets working under Isaac. Davis now on the low side as he allows Watkins to go around the top. Here they come. Shepard now making a move on Isaac one more time. Back there in the popcorn position. In the cream colored car is Hammett. Davis is down there. There's no room for Shepard to go. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3 wide. It's early on to be doing this. Now it's 3 wide again. Davis does a lift. How about that? Mr. Aggressive was Mr. Cautious.
Now you got to run from Chris Hammett here, trying to see what he can do on the outside.
Shepard had a great run, had nowhere to put it, ran up on the back, and now when it's all said and done, he loses all those spots. This is some good racing. The cream-colored machine of Hammett going underneath the Darth Vader black car of Isaac. Shepard looking on, back behind. This is the best race right now. We'll wait for this to settle down. Look at Isaac, does not give up.
Yeah, Hammett's going to clear him here, and it almost touches the wall coming out of 4 there. Don't think he touched it, but that was close. Now you got J.R. Shepard taking a look again under Isaac's.
Now, Worrell got around the lap car of Davis really quickly and opened up quite a gap, and I thought he was going to be able to run away from Kotska. Not the case. Kotska runs him down quickly.
Oh, you saw J.R. Shepard trying to pull a slide job, drifted up the track a little bit, and Isaac's crossed him over. Now he's under J.R. Shepard.
Shepard has Isaac pinned. He clears him. Lap 32.
Yeah, that was an impressive move by Shepard. Sail it into the corner, drag the brake, and drift up just a little bit, try to get in front of him.
Go up and look at Negus real quick. Making a run on him. It's Watkins.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a gap from Negus to the cars in front of him, so I don't know if he's kind of starting to slow down a little bit, and he's going to start piling everyone in behind him. Going, excuse me, I'm a little faster right now. See Negus go way up the track to let him go. Could be one of those where, just maybe, wore out the tires a little bit, and he's kind of paying for it right now.
And soon to get there will be Hammett. We saw Hammett working hard as he was in that battle back there with Shepard.
Now we see Negus to the bottom.
Careful, boys. They clear it. Watkins gets by. Negus was pinned down. He loses momentum, and that allows Hammett to get it done.
Hammett going way up the track. It's an interesting line. No, but he gets by, so.
Back there watching that line is J.R. Shepard, as if the defending champ needs to take advice from everybody else. But I guess there's stuff you can learn by watching guys make stuff successful.
Better sleep is simple. Just track your activity. Avoid blue light. Get regularly. Adequate exposure to natural light. Or maybe you just need a little more from your mattress. An adjustable base offers personalized comfort with customizable head and foot positions that can help relieve back pain and alleviate snoring. Elevate your sleep at Ashley.
Let's look at Shepard. He took a wide through 3 and 4, really wide, then ducked down low out of 4, got a great run, and got the pass made on Negus.
Yeah, I was watching that too. It's actually really impressive how well he was able to get a run off that corner and make a good pass that quick.
All this going on behind the whirlwind, Chris Worrell. He's led 35 laps.
Yeah, you got Chris Hammett under Watkins here for fourth.
Yeah, we got two guys that are going a different direction here. Hammett, impressive early, might have realized I need to back off my pace a little bit or I won't have anything to the left with Hammett, who was kind of passive the first 20 laps. These last 18 have been really quick.
Yeah, no, Hammett's definitely looking pretty good here. He's coming through the field pretty well. Even in practice, I watched him. He was making a lot of passes, so he definitely has speed tonight.
Let's go back and look at car number 3 real quick. This is Dwayne MacArthur subbing for Danger Josh Robinson. He's coming up on 2 cars that are going the other direction. Isaacs and Negus. The general working under him. Battle. Look at this.
Three-way battle for the lead.
Got ourselves. Daniel going underneath Kotska. Could not get Worrell. Kotska's going to just give up that second position, drop into third. Not going to give it up yet. He's going to go down low. Let's see if he can keep the car from drifting up into McDaniels. No bite down there. The momentum on the top side prevails.
Yeah, and this is also allowing Hammett to start to show up into the picture.
So the battle for second allows Worrell to pull away a bit. We ride on board with Hammett, who has made a late charge. Best Racing up in front right now. We will lurk lap 44. Everybody's settling down.
Yeah, basically what I was talking about with the late arcs into the corners, you saw Chris Hammett do it on that corner to get a good run off a 2. Oh, Kotska into the outside wall. That's the stuff I was talking about. You want to be very careful about touching that wall because it is not going to take a lot for you to have some wheel damage. And then the car is going to be worse and worse in the turning.
Hammett gets another position. And every position gained, I had commentated with reservation, with a bit of pessimism, knowing that we have so much farther to go. I think we're going to have a pass for the lead. Great run out of 2. McDaniel's going to go down low. Worrell gives him the inside line. Take it, buddy. Worrell covering the outside like synthetic carpet. There goes McDaniels. Again, the momentum out of 2. And the pass attempt fails.
You know, I'm seeing McDaniels actually take similar line that I was watching J.R. Shepard do earlier. It's almost like he's diamonding the middle of the corner, drifting up a little bit, and then, you know, cutting down to the bottom off. And he got a good run to get under him on that last time he did that, but he's not making up any time on it right now.
Can't diamond the corner if you're on the inside line with a guy on your outside, huh?
Yeah, it makes it a little difficult.
Makes it easy to get there, but once the racing line you took that got you side by side is not the racing line you can race when you got somebody to your right. Well, let's see what Hammett can do.
Yeah, you're seeing almost 3 different racing lines here. Hammett in one line, McDaniels in the other one.
McDaniels is going to try it one more time. That's not going to be interesting to see if Hammett decides to make the move on the top. This is interesting. Maybe your two fastest drivers are being held up right now by two cars. Hammett being held up by Whirl and McDaniels, and I think Shepard being held up by Kotska and Watkins.
Yeah, see, Hammett's trying to make it work on the outside. I don't know if it will, but we'll see.
Old saggy mattress? At Mattress Firm, our sleep experts can match you with a perfect upgrade. Like Stearns & Foster, it's handcrafted for timeless comfort and quality. And right now, you can save up to $900. Mattress Firm, we make sleep easy.
I tell you right now, Chris Whirl happy to see those guys side by side as he's able to put a little distance between them and the guys who are chasing them.
Oh, absolutely. That's the one thing that you love to see in your rearview mirror is too wide behind you.
So how much equity does Hammett burn to get the pass made? It is done. So guys, there are guys we have not talked about. Let's go back and just look real quick. Just the driver back in 10th position right now. Car number 9, James Lowe. We saw Lowe just back out of it. I just got to be thinking that if this thing goes green, maybe that's what he's preparing for that. Now, one thing we did not talk about is what is the fuel mileage of these guys? Must they make a pit stop for fuel? Something I didn't even consider.
When I looked, it didn't look like they were going to have to stop for fuel. I think they have enough fuel to make it, but it might just be the tires. I mean, when they get that bad, they might just want to, they get the one extra set. They might just cut it right down the middle, lap 75, come in and get your tires.
Can you afford to come in if it's... You can only afford to come in on a caution flag, because no matter how much faster the tires are going to be, fresh tires are going to be, I don't know if you can make up the time you lose, even if the guys you're chasing are running on the rims.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. They don't have like an actual blown tire, but they do. They give you what's called a meatball flag, and you'll have to come in and get the tire changed. That could end your night right there if this goes green the whole way. I mean, it's all sorts of strategies. These guys, I'm sure they already know what their plan is. I'd be hoping for a caution to get tires at some point, but with the way these guys are, you never know.
The general side by side with Kotska. Remember, Kotska was racing up front. Look at the drive he gets off of 4. Your pole sitter now loses one more spot. And up front, Hammett has been like a little sister in the back seat of a long car trip. I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. He is just pestering the whirlwind Chris Whirl.
Yeah, it looks like he's just trying to figure out right now what he needs to do to really try to get a run on Whirl. He's gotten there a couple times, but Whirl doesn't really let it happen. As you see, Hammett's going to look here with a run.
All right, I think Chris happy to give him the bottom line. Go down there if you want to.
Yeah, it's the place I'd want to be in this kind of situation. The tires are wearing, the car's getting tighter. I want to be up the track more and really hold that guy down to the bottom, which he's giving him plenty of room, probably because he's getting a better run off the corner there. But you definitely want to pinch down that guy so he can't really drift up and keep his speed up.
So after an attempt, he backs out and waits. Let's go back and talk about J.R. Shepard. Remember, Shepard was being held up behind Watkins and Isaac. Well, he got her underneath Jerry Isaacs. Now, Isaacs is faded. If he can get Watkins, who's made a good run through the field early, then he can set his sights on the front three. I can't help but think, again, let's go back to James Lowe, because now all of a sudden Lowe has passed, he's ahead of Negus on the track. Remember, Negus was racing up front for the lead. And while that's going on, Hammond's going to try it one more time. We don't need to go there, but there is a sleeping shark. Although I think if sharks sleep, they die, but you get the idea. As we look at this pass for the lead, this is the best Hammond has looked. The farther up he has gotten, he's in the best position. Does he have it? Is he going to outspot for you?
He definitely sent that car into that corner for sure.
Look at the drive. He didn't get the clear from the lead commentator. I'll give it to you now. Clear. Pull up. Block him on the slide job. Look at the momentum now. Now the tables have turned. The whirlwind. Boy, takes it in deeper than Beatnik Poet. He does Chris Whirl. Did not clear him. Momentum on the top.
Yeah, Hammond did exactly what he needed to do there. It was really pinch him down, not allow him to have that speed off the corner, and just go sailing right by.
Yeah.
Ford Ranger has 9.3 inches of ground clearance. It goes over or around almost anything. I don't have to worry about driving up or down a steep hill. My Ford Ranger takes on almost anything I throw at it.
And now, James Lowe has come down pit lane. Quote Shakespeare, or paraphrase Shakespeare at least, something is fishy in Iowa. Maybe James had some trouble. He is still down there. Coming back out.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting to me. Unless he had a problem or something, maybe he hit the wall. But it's really interesting to be coming down pit road now. But I guess we have other people pitting too, so I guess my strategy is a little off.
Here they come.
See, what's concerning about this is it's lap 67, so they're going to have to go on almost 98. And it looks like someone was sideways getting on the pit road there. I think they might have held it. The Whirl with a black flag, it looks like, probably speeding on the pit, so that's going to be not so good. But yeah, now they're going to have to go roughly 85, 90 laps on this set of tires now. And so if they were struggling at 65 laps, then it's going to be interesting the rest of this race.
Maybe it's a lesson learned. Now they know what they need to do. How do you spoil a race when you've led 61 of 69 laps? Well, get yourself a speeding penalty on pit lane, and that is what the whirlwind did. All right, maybe since you only have one extra set, maybe the strategy, which would make sense to me, is to take the tires as far as possible. And apparently that is what J.R. Shepard and Chris Hammond are going to do.
Yeah, that's basically what I was thinking. I would be waiting until, if it's all green flag, till like lap 100. So that way you're only putting 50 laps on the new set of tires. I think that's the play, especially if it stays green, just because you're keeping the guys that pitted back there for even longer.
Matt Watkins, again, is not worried about saving stuff. He just made his way around J.R. Shepard. I think Shepard's saying, I don't want to race that hard right now.
Yeah, J.R. Shepard's pretty smart. We all know that, so it definitely wouldn't surprise me if that's pretty much what he's doing.
So the top 9 drivers on your tower have not pitted. Leaders of all the cars that have pitted, Greg McDaniel. So with that said, Negus is coming in.
What's going to make things interesting is all the different tire strategies here. You see the guys with fresh tires, you know, making way of the guys that haven't taken tires yet. But that also could lead to quick, you know, mistakes, because you'll catch these guys pretty fast, and that could lead to mistakes and wrecks.
Okay. The leader is in. Now, what I want to do is pick up. Negus is still in pit lane. If pickup, Davis is not who I want. Looking for the guy, the leader of all the cars who have pitted. Well, let's go ahead and look at Kotska. And let's see if he can do the undercut on Hammett. Hammett is in the box. Okay. Kotska is going through 3 and 4. Hammett is coming out on the track. Kotska well back. Yeah. So Hammett comes in and comes out.
Yeah, I think what it was is just before he pitted, Kotska just lost too much time to Hammett, so it really wasn't, you know, going to be close. He could probably make up a little, but not that much.
All right, so we're going to try this again, and I think this time J.R. Shepard is going to get past. J.R. is in. Let's look and see where Hammett is. And I think Hammett should be able to roll past J.R. before he gets out. Hammett rolls by. Shepard bringing the car out right now. He's going to be a good half lap back.
Yeah, this field definitely has gotten stretched out with this long green flag run. So it's kind of putting a damper in some strategies maybe, but it seems like everybody lapped 75. I'm surprised there was no one that tried to go a little longer on that.
Cinderella has a curfew as Isaacs is the last car to pit.
This is the Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress, and it's designed to help you feel cool. So no more sweating all night, no kicking off the covers or blasting the air conditioning, because only the Tempur-Pedic Breeze is made with our one-of-a-kind cooling technology that pulls heat away from your body, so the mattress feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long. If you're tired of sleeping hot, shop at Ashley today to experience the Tempur Breeze collection for cooler, deeper sleep. Discover your perfect sleep at an Ashley near you.
Feeling healthy by leaps and bounds. Making a dinner that makes their whole day. And giving your best friend the best nutrients for their best life. Science did that.
And now everybody is done. I am confused about the James Lowe strategy, or if there is something else going on. He is on the lead lap, but he has the oldest tires. Maybe there was some damage. He's in a battle right now with MacArthur. This is a battle for 8th.
Yeah, I'm really surprised with the strategy to pit as early as he did. Just for the amount of laps he's going to have to put on this set of tires now. So I don't know if he might be showing us something we don't know. I'm not sure, but it doesn't look like the best of strategies at the moment, but he could surprise us all.
I'll be honest with you, the go slow, pit early strategy is not one I'm familiar with. All right, so let's set the table for you. You can see the tower right there. Let me run through the cars on the lead lap. It's the front 9 drivers. Hammett with about a 6-second lead over McDaniels. Now McDaniels is under attack from Watkins. That's the best battle. Let's stay on this. Let's forget the rundown. Let's watch Watkins make this pass for what would be second position. As so often happens, he tries the inside and it doesn't work. But he sticks with it and gets it done. Down the back, hits a little bit of the wall. That's not what you want to do.
I was just trying to hope it sticks kind of deal. In the last second, he probably realized and had to lift and just the wall.
He did, I will admit that it looks like he did a nice job of pancaking the wall, hitting it flush. My karate teacher as a child taught me when I'm falling to try to land on the ground with all your body parts hitting at the same time.
Yeah, if you are to hit the wall, you do want to do it, try to kind of as flat with the whole side as you can compared to like with just the right front, because that's where you'll get wheel damage and make your night even worse.
Plus, you bang it flush a few times on the right side, makes it easier to squeeze down the middle on a 3-wide. Skinny up the car a bit.
I've never been this lucky, but I've heard it happen for other people where they actually get a little bit of right front damage and all of a sudden the car turns better. I've never experienced that, but I have had people tell me it's worked for them before.
I saw Eric Teapot Stout win a race on a tricycle, so it does not surprise me that it could happen. All right, let me continue with our run through the field. We saw McDaniels and Watkins. Let's go back and look at Kotska. I was going to go ahead and talk to you about the driver in 4th, but by the time I got there, the defending champion had made the move. J.R. Shepard just got around him. Now the car in front of him is Chris Davis. Davis is 2 laps down. Did a good job of getting out of the way. So Shepard in 4th, Kotska in 5th. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Back to the driver in the Darth Vader black. Number 7, it is Chris Isaacs in 6th. Oh, sorry, Jerry Isaacs. And then one back to him. About, not that far, actually. A few car lengths back. Less than a second. Here's Roger Hurley. I don't get to see much of Roger race. I don't do the Sunday event. I do watch that race, and that's where he dominates over there in the OBRL on Sunday nights. Then the last 2 cars on the lead lap. Subbing for Danger Josh Robinson is Dwight MacArthur in 8th, and right behind him, listen, criticize his strategy as much as you want. He is still on the lead lap. I don't know what he's doing, but he's James Lowe.
Got J.R. Shepard sending it in the corner under, and it clears him really well into that corner. That's really impressive to clear Watkins like that.
They both pitted at the same time on lap 75.
Yeah, I've seen J.R. Shepard do that a couple times making passes where he just sails it into the corner. Like, I don't know how, but he impressively not only does it, but keeps it down and just completely cleared him that quick. That was impressive.
Well, let's go to the leader, because all of a sudden, he's got more to think about than the drivers behind him. He's coming up on this battle. And last time we checked in on James Lowe, he was the last car on the lead lap. Well, now he's got around MacArthur. I think James Lowe may be willing to... Okay, And James Lowe is making a pit stop. I give up. I do not understand, but here he comes again.
Interesting.
It could be perhaps a gastronomic issue happening at home, and I think that's going to be it for James.
Need better sleep? We can help. It's Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale. Get a king bed for a queen price plus a free adjustable base with Sealy Posturepedic. Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy.
The Whirlwind and James Lowe. Chris Whirl and James Lowe, the two teammates who are so dominant, both out of this race. And that's why, can we put the camera on the car currently in 14th position, 2 laps down, no practice time. That's why if you're Chris Davis, you're just putting in laps as he's now in 13th as he vultures the spot from Lowe.
Yeah, that's really what you always want to try to do. You know, when you're having an off night, anything like that, every point matters when you're in a points championship race, or, you know, you're up trying to win a championship. You never know what's going to happen. You know, I've had races myself where I'm not having a great night, but 5 cars wreck out. Well, that's 5 positions, and those are points gained. So you never know.
Story of my whole career. Can't remember the last time I made an on-track pass. But I'm telling you, if you're in pit lane, I go by you without an issue.
See, Chris Hammett right now with an 8-second lead. He's probably loving that right now. He's praying there's no caution. He wants to keep that lead. And he hopes that the lap cars just kind of let him go and don't hold him up, and he can just maintain that lead.
Been out there 2 laps longer on tires than J.R. Shepard. Totska's been out there the longest. He was early pitter. Well, we thought it might go green the whole way, and so far that is the case. And as the herd thins, you know, who knows? All right, let's look at Hammett now. He's ran up on the back of MacArthur. Now remember, MacArthur was in that battle with James Lowe. Lowe's has surrendered Casper. And then there goes Hammett, so... Yeah. Danger, Josh Robinson watching on. Your partner's doing a good job, but you just went a lap down.
Yeah, so Hammett is putting down some lap times right now that are actually probably the fastest on the track, and he's making it look easy with the way he's just picking up cars and putting them down right now.
Interesting, guys who are racing so well up front so early. Scott Negus, a lap down, now in 9th.
Yeah, it's all the difference in driving, how much wheel you're putting in it, and just, you know, how much did you try to take care of the tires. You want to use the tires, but you don't want to overuse them, and that's what happens, especially with the way these guys go green flag a lot. The longer runs just it'll slow you down, and next thing you know, all that hard work you were doing, gaining a few spots, well, now you're fading.
Give a little love to some drivers who haven't had any screen time yet. How about car number 10, down in 12th position, 2 laps down, David Shrevey. Just out there circling, picking up whatever points you can.
I think these guys are just enjoying this car, this track, the combination, the challenge of it. This is not normally a track this car is on, so it's a lot of fun to watch, but it was a lot of fun driving it too.
So I think it's time that all you little soldiers in Super Clipboard Army, get out your tools. And why don't you write this down? Lap 105, the gap from Hammett. I'm going to skip past McDaniels with apologies to the fan clubs of him and talk about J.R. Shepard. My goodness, it's about 10 seconds. I guess the question is, can Shepard get around McDaniels? He is within a long putt.
The only thing someone like JR is going to be looking for is hoping that Hammett is burning his stuff up.
It will be interesting. JR was your points leader coming in with Hammett right behind him. Hammett gets the win here. So far, if things play out the way that it looks like it might. Glad you were with us as the laps click away.
Yeah, this is basically what starts to happen when you get long green flag runs is, everybody's on, different strategies now. We did have a pit stop, so it kind of spreads everybody out. But all it takes is one guy to bobble, one guy to bounce off the outside wall, and then, you get three cars, together and get some racing.
Well, what's interesting, we know who's fast. We know who's fast on a long run, and it is indeed Hammett, but some of these guys who are still on the lead lap, if my partner says what he does, I mean, how good is Isaacs? How good is Kotska if you put him in a 20-lap dash? And with only 7 cars on the lead lap, you can afford to come in and get tires, assuming you have tires. That's the question. I guess you don't. Certainly they would have had to take him on that first stop, so maybe there's nothing for them to come in and get. Looks like Shepard is ready to make a move here on second.
Yeah, he's just trying to, take his time with it at the moment because there's still a little bit of time left. But I'm just trying to square up, see what he's doing, the line he's going, and just try to square him up and be like, what can I do for a move to make the pass here?
Could Lowe's strategy have been, how long can I go on the first set of tires so that when a caution comes with 20 to go, I can come in and be the only guy with fresh rubber? Maybe that's what he was thinking.
That's kind of what I was thinking. Like, if you got a caution like around the lap 100, I was probably going to wait till then to take tires. But obviously with it going green flag, we're past 100 and we're still going green. So
Ford Ranger has been named the 2025 North American Truck of the Year. That's 5 straight years Ford trucks have received this award. A clear and defined recognition of built Ford tough capability. Ford Ranger, be fully prepared.
With Choice Privileges, every 5 nights you stay with Choice Hotels, you can unlock something that you'll really value. Look who earned enough points for an exclusive experience at the racetrack. My hair does that too. Or spice up vacation dinners with a little something extra. Everyone say, unlock new rewards every 5 nights. Unlock new rewards every 5 nights. Wow, I see why people say cheese. Stay twice and get a $50 gift card when you join Choice Privileges.
Let's look at this for a second. The car on the inside. Torrance Childs does a good job of getting out of the way. All right. This could have championship ramifications here. When we get to the end, 3 more races from now, you may want to remember this pass as J.R. Shepard picks up a point going around Greg McDaniels. And this is a little known fact. Now stick with me on this because this might be hard to understand. The points that happen in the early rounds, they are worth just as much as the points that happen in the later rounds. Think about that.
Yeah, I think he might have just let JR go there because he didn't really kind of put up a fight. I saw it looked like he just lifted and try to, just ride behind him. Probably knowing JR was, faster, so.
All right. Let's assume Shepard has nothing to worry about out of his rearview mirror.
What you are going to want to watch is the gap from Shepard to Hammett and see if that starts closing.
Agreed. There's still a long way to go. 150 laps, so we have, again, Soup's going to do math, 34 more laps to go. 34 laps for J.R. Shepard to make up an interval of 9 seconds.
It's not going to be easy, that's for sure.
Well, not when the guy you're trying to run down is Chris Hammett. But he can see him. Can we ride on board with Shepard and see what he's looking at? See how big is Hammett? Can he see him? Barely, huh?
That's one thing you saw that it just kind of happened. You had a slower car that kind of just slowed down the last corner for Shepard. That's not what he wanted to see, but it's part of racing.
He's almost on the same straightaway as Hammett, but he's got a couple cars between them. He's got MacArthur. I guess MacArthur is the... Oh, and he's got Negus in there as well. And Shepard just ever so slightly faster than Hammett.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely needs to be faster than Hammett, but the thing is he needs to be much faster than Hammett. He can't be just barely faster than Hammett. He won't make up that time in time.
But how much tires has Hammett used up? When you run out of tire, you run out of tire.
Yeah, if I were him, I would have been honestly, out for a Sunday drive when you saw the gap that he did a while ago. I would have been trying to just take care of my stuff. I know Hammett probably thought about that. He might just be trying to maintain the gap right now. I don't know.
Well, if you're looking for a caution flag, here's one brewing. The black car is Isaac. And that is Hurley in the kiwi-flavored car down low.
That did get a little tight last lap.
And they continue to race side by side. The inside line getting a little bit of an advantage. Now the momentum to the car on top.
It looks like he's going to clear him here.
Hurley
one spot up for Hurley.
2 lap older tires gets that done. Seven cars on the lead lap for now. Let's go to the leader because it's about to be 6. This is Hammett running up on the back of Watkins.
See, it looks like Hammett a little bit of a faster lap time that last lap. And if you're watching the timing on the left here, you can definitely see that Hammett's gaining a little bit on Shepard currently.
Shepard will give it his best effort, but he's also will not. Worst thing that could happen to JR is to use up his rubber.
Yeah, the smart play for him, you got to think big picture. Yeah, you want to win, but obviously with the laps winding down, you're kind of understanding with the gap that you have. So now you got to think, max points that you can get, and just bigger picture with the championship.
Because if he were to run out of tire trying to run down Hammett, to put this poetically, he ain't got no more.
We've turned cotton from our family farm into a made-in-America love letter. One that honors the land, employs American craftsmen, and becomes heirloom linens you'll treasure. Redland Cotton, farm-to-home luxury for a life well lived.
Yep, if he gets that meatball flag for that tire worn out, that means your race is done.
Yeah.
And that would be the worst situation he'd want to be in.
So Hammett gets the pass made on Matt Watkins. Matt Watkins goes down. And now we got ourselves a half dozen. For those who want easier math, 6 drivers still on the lead lap. Don't know if this is going to decide much in the championship, as I believe this is going to make Hammett and Shepard all so much closer. If memory serves, there are bonus points for leading the most laps. And Hammett is there now with 62 out in front. The Whirlwind led 61, so every point counts. Who deserves a little VGN screen time love that hasn't got enough yet? Scrolling through the field. How about car number 16 racing down in 10th? How about Andrew Hess? Out there all by himself. Except for all of us who are watching you. Chris Davis. Gonna go see what some fresh Iowa corn tastes like. I'm gonna call it a night. He was 21 laps behind the nearest competitor. I guess there were cars to pick up if something were to happen. But honestly, right now, everybody just putting in the miles.
Just saw Shreve into the outside wall in the corner there.
Let's go ahead and look at Shreve right now. He's got a little bit of competition on the track. It's not for position, but it is yellow flag bringing outish.
Yeah, definitely. You saw him into the outside wall the lap before, and Kotska come in, and that got a little close.
Kotska in 4th makes the move.
Yeah, one of the last things when you're trying to get through lap traffic that you want is to see the car in front of you bouncing off the wall. You get a little panicky.
Shepard probably, well, J.R. Shepard can probably watch the broadcast and race, but certainly he's out there hoping those guys mix it up. Ribbons around old oak trees, rivers in China, roses in Texas. J.R. thinking about things that are yellow.
Yeah, you got Hammett that is not looking for that caution flag, and you got J.R. Shepard that's hoping for that caution flag. So the question going to be, though, even if we do get a caution here, once you rack them all up, you're still on those same old tires. So you're going to be able to do anything with that, or?
Oh, put JR in a race with guys on the rims, and JR will make him. If you put everybody in a horrible handling car, JR's pretty good at it. Let's look at the leader. He's got some issues here. I do not want to go a lap down, says Jerry Isaac. With that said, he has no say in the matter. Hammond goes down low. Look at Isaac's fighting up on top. Pinning the leader down in there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I talk about when you're, stuck to the outside of somebody. You want to kind of, especially when you're trying to stay on the lead lap, pinch him down the best that you can. Obviously, you don't want to wreck, but just pinch him down, make him not be able to get the run off the corner that he wants, and just make his night a little tougher.
J.R. Shepard cheering on Jerry Isaacs. You can hear Shepard. Pin him, Jerry, pin him.
Need better sleep? We can help. It's Mattress Firm's Memorial Day sale. Save up to $1,000 on a Tempur-Pedic split king system, plus get a $300 instant gift. Mattress Firm. We make sleep easy.
And the battle continues.
No, Isaac slips up a little bit in the corner there, but it looks like he's able to keep it in the gas.
The gap still double digits. From
as the leader,
Shepard. Yeah.
As the leader, this is not what you want to be doing. You want to make quick work of these lap cars and just take off, which he's probably. I'm actually surprised. I figured he would have tried to sail it into that corner a little harder and slide up in front of him.
And he got him.
Oh, he's looking for the crossover. Nope.
Now, a lot of you are saying, what is Isaacs doing? Well, caution comes out. He's now just one row behind the leader. You fight out there, Jerry. Well done.
Yeah, first thing you want to do is try to stay on the lead lap in case that caution comes out, so that way you have a chance of gaining positions once you come out of the caution, or the position that he's in right now. I'm not sure if there are waiver rounds if you get a caution, but he would be in the lucky dog spot if so. So being the first spot behind the leader also isn't a terrible thing.
Now, Soup will have a different attitude, because when the driver in second gets there and he fights that guy just as hard as he did the leader. Trying to stay on the lead lap is one thing. Holding the guy back is trying to run down the leader. Well, that's a different story entirely. Laps are ticking away. We're at 142. If you're lacing up your shoes, disco time at 150. Oh, no, we're not. 150 is in the race. Well, that would be an interesting new wrinkle in the time to boogie.
I was wondering where you're going with that. I'm like,
Oh, mercy. Well, take a swig. I did better on my colors. We missed time to boogie, so go ahead and have a sip.
I will say this has been a pretty awesome race to watch with all of these guys, the different ways of driving, the strategy and everything like that, different lines. This has definitely been a lot of fun to watch.
All right, here's a battle on the track for nothing other than to bring out a yellow flag that will make Soup.
Oh, into the outside wall right in front of JR, sorry.
Indeed. That is Shepard. Getting underneath Scott Negus.
That is exactly what I was talking about, where, you're just trying to get through lap traffic and you're right there and he bounces off the wall and it scares you. Yeah. But he did a good job avoiding it.
And now Shepard has got his hands full. He tries to work underneath MacArthur. And behind that is a battle for 8th. Shepard clears him. JR happy about that. Much too close to him for his liking is MacArthur. And now, this is the caution flag that Shepard wants. and Hammond would curse. Well, if it's going to come, it better come now. Heading into corner number 3. He's been out front for 82 laps. The flagman reaches into his quiver, pulls out the white flag, 4 corners to go, less than a mile here at Iowa. He started well back in the order. Back in 11th, just ahead of points leader J.R. Shepard. Coming out of corner number 4, round number 2, season 2 of the YesterYear IROC series goes to Chris Hammond. Sometime today, J.R. Shepard will come across the line in second, and we'll stay all the way through until we get the 3rd place finisher. There he is. 3rd place to Greg McDaniels. Nice run from McDaniels. Well, that'll do it here for the broadcasting of the racing, but not for the broadcast. We'll take a short break. We'll come back, run down the entire finishing order, talk to some of the drivers before we put a lock on the gate. Don't go far. You're watching. Now, the initials are VGN, and that stands for Virtual Grip Network. From where the corn is as high as an elephant's eye. Oh, no, that's Oklahoma. We're in Iowa. Sorry, but there's a lot of corn here too. With that said, round 2 of the YesterYear IROC series is finished. Let's go ahead and give you the finishing order right now if my tired eyes can read through the afternoon glare here in Southern California. It is Chris Hammond who gets the win. J.R. Shepard right behind him. Rounding out the podium, Greg McDaniels. Back half of your top 5, if there was a half for 5, is Andrew Kotka and Roger Hurley. I'm going to take one more and turn the rest over to my partner. Jerry Isaacs gets 6. Take us home, man.
Finishing in 7th tonight, you had Matt Watkins. 8th is Dwayne MacArthur. 9th was Scott Negus. 10th, Andrew Hess. 11th, Torrance Childs. 12th, David Shreve. 13th, Chris Davis. 14th, James Lowe. And 15th, Chris Worrell.
Curse the heavens as the orbit of the Earth has now the sun shining through the window at this particular time of day here in California, and it is annoying. Hey, let's finish this up. Let's go to interviews. I get the opportunity to talk to Chris Hammond. Chris, you got a copy?
Stoop, buddy, what's up?
All right, all you upcoming commentators, this is what you want for an interview. Watch how this is done. This is a professional work. Chris, how'd your race go?
You know, Soup, there's a way I describe this, but I don't think you would appreciate the language that I would use on air. So I'm just going to call it a really, really, really good race. Apparently, I'm just really good at driving road course cars on ovals. Who knew? That was my calling all this time. But yeah, did not expect that at all. You know, kind of hard to get a gauge in practice with everybody on different tires and how fast the tires kind of fell off, but I guess we just had amazing long run speed. I don't know what I was doing different. I'm not asking any questions. So yeah, IROC series win. Who would have thought? You know, apparently not the AI that they use to predict who's going to win these races didn't mention me, and I don't like that. I take that personally. So we went out there. We had like 4 on the lead lap. I don't know who's counting. I am. So anyway, awesome win for me. Got to shout out Papa Buckley in the booth. I hope I made him proud, all of Red Light Racing proud, to get us an IROC win. I think it's our first win as a league. So that's great. I think we're tied for the championship lead. Maybe we're down by like a point. I don't know if JR lit a lap or not. But we're in this now. We're going to go fight for a championship, try to go get me a really big, cool-looking trophy. We're off to Twin Ring in like 6 weeks, so I'm sure this car will handle fantastically at a big flat racetrack. What could possibly go wrong? So, shout out to Red Light Racing, my awesome wife and future mother, my future child, Ashley, for always letting me come back here and do this, especially this one because it runs a little later. It's an extra night of the week, and she hates it, but I love you, baby. Again, shout out Papa Buckley, Mr. James Skelton, Mr. Ethan Troutman, everybody at Red Light Racing, Scrimbush News. We are recruiting for the new season, so stop by next Monday night for the recruitment rates so you can come find out that there are at least 2 or 3 better drivers than me in that league. Yeah, I'm not even the good one. Can you believe it? Everybody else that supports this, VG and Alan Wanamaker, everybody at YesterYear Racing are putting on this really, really cool series. Everybody for a great race, cost 350 laps. I think I ran my mouth enough tonight, so see you guys in Twin Ring. Bye.
There you go. I hope you all upcoming commentators are taking notes how that is done. That's how you do an interview on the VGN. All right, partner, who you got?
All right, finishing 2nd tonight, I get the great J.R. Shepard. J.R., you got a copy?
Oh, I got you, Josh.
Man, I really want to know, what was the strategy always split it right down the middle with tires there? Were you planning to run a little longer? What was the plan for you there?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. I overall messed up tonight and did things I talk about on the broadcast that you can't allow to happen if you want a chance to win. But screwed up a little bit with just how much fuel we could take during a pit stop. So I was really wanting to get to halfway. Plus, once Chris got by me, there was no sense in continuing to race hard at that point. I figured I need to go into a different strategy, try to have some fresher tires there at the end. And more than anything at that point, kind of hoping that caution would come out with guys pitting, because it was super hard to get on pit road tonight. And I think some guys had some issues, but nothing brought out caution. So it just didn't go my way tonight. Just one of those things.
Yeah, well, I mean, still bringing it home P2 tonight. It's definitely not that bad. Yeah, I mean, at the point where you see the gap to Hammond, are you happy with second?
At that point, yeah, because everything that happened, again, with the strategy that I tried to go on to, I lost a lot of time on the racetrack before even coming to pit road. I feel like I was definitely matching times with him, so it'd have been a good race if we had been close to each other on the track. But yeah, I just read the situation wrong, and to be honest, driving with a broke finger, I allowed distraction to get to me. So it's just a lesson to everybody at home. You can't allow that to happen when you're trying to do something like this.
Oh yeah, definitely. That does make it a little more difficult. But again, P2 ain't that bad for you. So JR, just last, anybody want to thank?
Oh yeah, just thanks to the YesterYear Racing League for putting on this IROC series. It's cool to get to come out and race with guys that are from other series on iRacing, similar type series, that are fixed setups, but guys that you don't normally race with. So it's cool to kind of come out and race with them and learn some new drivers, new guys, kind of have some camaraderie among the iRacing servers. So really appreciate that, and give a shout out to my family, my wife, putting up with me, allowing me to do this. I got a newborn, so I know she's probably not happy with me being in here, but thankful I get to do it once in a while.
All right, well, congrats on finishing P2 tonight. It was JR Shepard.
Hey, thank you guys.
Soup, who do you got for third?
To talk to Greg McDaniel. Of course, JR Shepard, part of that class action lawsuit against Thrustmaster for force feedback-related injury. So hopefully that'll go well for him. Greg, better run than the first race.
Yeah, I'm not a road course guy. They're fun, but as much as I try, other than Watkins Glen, I just can't get good at road course racing.
You were one of the earlier pit stop guys. Did the tires give out there at the end, and you just couldn't go any far? I mean, it was time to come in.
I only had about one and a half laps of fuel left when I came in. So I had an open gap where I didn't have to worry about anybody getting too close to me and stuff, and so that's when I came in.
Well, it was nice. You raced up front for a while, and you were able to pick up a good finish for you. So congratulations. We'll see you next time. We got another road course. Sorry about that one. We're going to Japan. It's a big one. Can you get yourself a top 10?
I think I got 11th at the lap, possibly.
Yep.
I think I got, yeah. So, yeah, I could pick up a spot.
All right. Good luck. We'll keep an eye on you. Well done. We'll see you down the road.
All right. Thank you.
And, of course, that road will be in Japan. With that said, we have other broadcasts coming up. We'll flash them on the screen right now. I've been told that the VGM viewers are very literate. Look, we're on a little bit of a break. We only got 3 to choose from. You don't want to miss them because they are precious. With that said, those productions, future past ones, all responsibility of the Virtual Grip Network. On behalf of all the little faces to see on the screen right now, including my partner tonight, Josh Granny Hits Buckley, and our director, Ryan Seneker, I hope you enjoyed the broadcast. If not, we'll try to do better next time. Until then, have fun storming the castle.